And once you remove the wallpaper, do you have to remove some of the wallpaper paste behind it? Well, it kind of depends what you're going to do to your wall, but even still, I like to do it. It doesn't really take that long. Plus, I can kind of peruse the wall and see, got my mind churning already as to how I need to fix this wall and that kind of thing. Okay, will sheetrock mud cover your wallpaper paste and not come off? Yeah, probably. But I want to make sure there's no globs on there. And this is just going to kind of do a once over on there so I know it's ready for my next step after the wallpaper gets removed. Now here's a tip for you. If your wall has been skimmed over, and you'll be able to tell if it looks like there's paste on here, but really it's not paste, it might be a skim coat of all-purpose joint compound. Now when that is wet, you don't want to rub on it all the way and think that it's wallpaper paste, okay? Because you can rub on it and rub on it and rub on it, and you'll start seeing it come off. And if you use a putty knife on it, you might see it come up in sheets of mud, thinking, hey, is this heavy wallpaper paste? Or what's the deal? Well, the deal is it's not heavy wallpaper paste generally. It'll be a thin layer of skim coat all-purpose joint compound over a painted wall, let's say, and some of that might start coming off, okay? You want to be careful with that because there's no sense trying to take all that off, all right? Because it's skimming over your existing spray texture on your wall that maybe was painted years ago, and they put that on there. Now, if you want spray texture on there again, what you may have to do is do another tight skim on this and then put spray texture over that. You might think, well, why not just scrape all this off and wipe it down? That would take you forever, and it's going to be really messy, and you might take off some of the surface, and you may end up having to do some spray texture patches over your existing, and it might not blend in properly. So my best recommendation would be to leave the existing skim coat on there. You can take your scouring pad and just kind of loosen up the glue, the wallpaper paste, you know, just a bit, before you sponge it down. And that will help. Now I can sponge that area down. Just sponge that down, and at this point you can kind of take a look at your existing wall surface now and see kind of what's going to have to happen next. If you're going to paint it, or you're going to re-wallpaper it, or texture it, skim it, whatever. Okay? But don't concern yourself too much with trying to do anything right now except remove the wallpaper, remove some of the paste that was on the back of the wallpaper, and sponge it down. We'll deal with the walls later.